most spectacular hijack in history. The taking of Pelham, 1, 2, 3.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about Kino Lorber's newest release, The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. But before we do that, if you guys are into movie reviews, 4K reviews, some tech and some video game stuff along the way, then please consider subscribing because we do all that here. So Kino Lorber has just put out a new 4K scan of The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. Now I believe they already had a previous Blu-ray of this because I've been a big fan of The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 remake by Tony Scott for a long time. This movie is like in my top, this might even be my top 10. I absolutely love this movie. Travolta, Denzel Washington, James Gandolfini as the mayor in this. This movie is fucking awesome. I absolutely love The Taking Pelham 1, 2, 3. So I wanted to check out the original, and I never bought it because it was like a $20 Blu-ray. That's probably the Kino Lorber Blu-ray, so that's why it was probably 20 bucks. But when I saw this get announced for 4K, I got so excited because I couldn't wait to review this. So this is the 1974 feature film of Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. It's an adaptation of the novel that was written in 1973, written by Morton Freegood. So coming in at about 104 minutes, The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 is basically a thriller action movie. It's about a group of guys that take one of the subway train cars in Manhattan hostage with, well, not the train car hostage, but they take all the passengers hostage, and they basically put a ransom for $1 million. You know, it's a basic get-rich scheme. You've seen it once, you've seen it 1,000 times. But these guys were pretty smart. You know, they had everything figured out. They had a guy in all the positions, and they thought they had it figured out. But I want to say, the cast of this movie, now, I didn't expect to know too many people, because I went into this pretty blind. I try not to do too much research before I watch a movie. And this actually has a pretty awesome cast. Some people that I've never really seen in anything else except for this movie. Well, not except for this movie. I've seen them in other stuff, and I only associate them with that. So one of the main characters, Robert Shaw.
This is black eyes like a doll's eyes.
That's Quint from Jaws for me. You know, I've never seen him in anything else. I know he's been in a ton of other stuff. I've just never seen him. I've only seen him in Jaws. That's Quint, you know, and I seen him in this as the bad guy. Not that he wasn't the best guy in Jaws, but he was a good guy, you know, he wasn't the villain. And to see him as the villain and the bad guy, basically that's who Travolta plays in the remake in Tony Scott's film. But it was super cool to see Robert Shaw on the screen because I've never seen him in anything besides Jaws. And then to see Walter Matthau, I think that's how it's pronounced. It's like a T. It's like a H-A-U. I'm assuming it's Matthew.
He's a superb actor, Walter Matthau.
Now, to me, that's Mr. Wilson from Dennis the Menace. And at the very end of the movie, he does that look he does in Dennis the Menace. He played Lieutenant Garber in this, and that is who I think Denzel played in the remake of Tony Scott's film. But it was, again, I've only seen him in Dennis the Menace. I've never seen him in anything else, and it was really cool to see him in here. Just something I really enjoyed seeing him up on the screen. Him, Robert Shaw, Jerry Stiller was in this, Ben Stiller's father. He had a decent role, you know, he wasn't like a main character or anything, but he had a good amount of screen time. And also, we were just talking about him in a recent video. Matthew Broderick's father, James Broderick, was in this movie as well. And he was playing one of the train motormen. So he was a subway employee. So basically, Robert Shaw's character and a group of his men, they hijack this train, and they finally get in touch with the control room, and they order the mayor to pay them $1 million, and for them to basically, well, they don't. Everyone's questioning how they're gonna get out of there, and they kind of tricked them. So at the end of the movie, they have the train go full speed. They say, all right, turn all the lights on. If I see a red light, I'm going to kill all the hostages. But they get off the train and they switch clothes and they try to walk plainly onto the street. But before they get there, they get stopped. And I think it's pretty close to, I haven't seen the Tony Scott one in a while, but I believe it's pretty close. I think the Tony Scott one is slightly different. I know the mayor was a bit more involved in the other one where he actually got down onto the train and stuff like that. So there was some differences. But overall, I honestly, I don't know where I would put each one. Like, I absolutely love this one. This one, I've seen this so many times over the years, and I continue to watch this. And now this one's definitely going to go into the rotation as well, because I really enjoyed the hell out of this. I thought this was a fantastic movie, very well made, especially for 1974. You know, sometimes movies are kind of hit or miss then, and I had a great time with this one. I thought it was great. This is a total Matt movie, as well as this is a total Matt movie also. So it's really just how I'm feeling at the time. This one's obviously a bit more modern, but both fantastic movies. There's not a ton of action in these movies, but you know, the thriller aspect of it is there. There's not a ton of mystery, but it's just an awesome movie. This is the definition of a Matt movie. I absolutely love this. This was a great time, and definitely worth a watch if you haven't seen this, because it definitely holds up. So those are my thoughts on the movie. Again, I'm going to give this probably a 4.5 out of 5. I really enjoyed this one, and I was a little worried because I was like, I think I'm going to like the remake more, which I still might, maybe just because you know, I've been watching it for so long, and I just absolutely love that. But again, this one was fantastic. I'd give them both 4.5 out of 5s. It's really just how I'm feeling, what flavor I'm feeling. Do I want to go back into the 70s, or do I want a more modern take on it? So those are my thoughts on the film, but let's talk about Kino Lorber's 4K. So if you guys are familiar with Kino Lorber, they do fantastic work, and this is no exception. So Kino Lorber gave us a 4K scan with Dolby Vision. Now, I think this looked fantastic. Again, I don't have the older Blu-ray to compare it to, but I think this looked absolutely great. This is definitely going forward the definitive way to watch The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 from 1974. I want to say that they're in the subways a lot. You know, a lot of the scenes are pretty dark or dimly lit. You know, they're not well lit, and the Dolby Vision really just takes control and makes those scenes look perfect. You know, they're sitting in most of the movies on the subway car, so you got the yellow, like the dim yellow dingy lights, and the dirty train car, and people's clothes it's winter time, so everyone's bundled up, and like, you know, nothing really flashy. There was one guy wearing like a red jumpsuit, and that was about it. But overall, I think it looked really, really good. Skin tones look great. The lighting, fine. You know, there's no like really dark scenes where you can't make out anything. There's no really white scenes where it gets blown out. Overall, I think the picture quality is a 5 out of 5. I think they did a fantastic job with this scan. They didn't wipe away the film grain. There's still some grain there. But it also doesn't look like a blizzard where there's like oversaturated film grain. They found the perfect mix, and I think they really knocked it out of the park with the visual presentation here, as Kino Lorber generally does. So I don't want to say this is a reference disc, because, you know, we save those for like your Top Gun Mavericks, your Moonfalls. Like those are really, really high-end 4K discs, but those are also newly shot ones. So the beauty of 4K is it takes movies like this that were shot on film long ago that sometimes didn't have a VHS release or a DVD. You know, it just makes everything look so much better than it ever did or ever could. And that is the beauty of 4K. So due to the technology that they used back in the day, an older movie will never look as good as something that was shot today, but it gets pretty damn close with these new 4K scans from these boutique labels, especially when they're putting Dolby Vision and stuff on these things. They look absolutely incredible, and this is definitely an example of something like that. So overall, I'm definitely signed. I think these visuals are near perfect. I think they look really, really good, and I was very, very happy, very pleased with the picture quality of this movie. Now let's talk audio. The main track, it defaults to a 2.0, but you can switch it to a 5.1 master audio, and it sounded great. It's not an Atmos track, but again, when you have these older movies that are shot older like that, sometimes the technology is just not there. But I think they really managed to make this audio track sound really, really, really good. So I had a lot of stuff coming through my rear speakers. You know, when they're flying through the train tunnels, you hear all the train tracks and the squealing of the train wheels and stuff. It sounded really, really good. When there was some gunshots here and there, awesome. The dialogue, nice and crisp and clear coming through that front channel, and I really, really think a fantastic audio track. The audio quality is very, very good. So let's talk some special features. Now, there's no special features on the 4K disc itself. There is a included Blu-ray disc. Once you pop off that nice slip cover, You pop it open, you get your traditional Kino Lorber print on the disc. You get your 4K, which is the movie itself, and then you get the Blu-ray, which has the movie, plus all your special features. You get an audio commentary by film historians Steve Mitchell and Nathaniel Thompson, audio commentary by actor, filmmaker Pat Healy, and film programmer historian Jim Healy. The Making of Pelham 123, a vintage featurette. 12 minutes from Mr. Gray, interview with actor Hector Elizondo. Cutting on Action, interview with editor Gerald B. Greenberg. The Sound of the City, interview with composer David Shire. And Image Gallery, theatrical trailers, TV and radio spots. So they definitely packed that Blu-ray with some special features. If you're a fan of this movie, I definitely think Kino Lorber did a fantastic job of bringing you the best way to watch this movie. And again, overall, I think Kino Lorber really knocked it out of the park with this one. This might be one of my favorite Kino Lorber releases to date. I don't have a ton of Kino Lorber, but again, I really like this movie. I think they did a fantastic job with this one. I think this is a must-see, a must-pick up, especially if you're a fan of just like action thrillers and you've never even seen this before. I think you're going to enjoy this, and I can highly recommend picking this one up. Is it worth the upgrade over your previous Blu-ray? I can't really give you that answer. Now, the Blu-ray in here, I'm not sure if that's the previous Blu-ray, but comparing it to the Blu-ray in here, it's a bit of a step up, nothing crazy. It's not a huge jump. You know, you just have that HDR, which really just flushes out the vivid colors and helps in those darker scenes. So it is a step up over the Blu-ray that is included in here. Not sure if that's the previous Blu-ray that was released. Overall, I would give this whole package here a 9 out of 10. You know, the visuals, the audios, the movie itself. I had a great time with this. I'm super glad to have this in my collection. And if you guys want to add this to your collection, we'll put it down in the description, our Amazon link. Purchasing from our Amazon link greatly helps out the channel and is at no extra cost to you. Also, if you guys enjoyed this review, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button if you already haven't done so. But until next time, guys, have a great day.
Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. It's Monday, and that means it's time for us to pick our 2 digital code giveaway winners. And if this happens to be your first time and you stumble around to the end of this video, we do this every single week on Friday's video, and this week it happened to be War Games 4K Blu-ray review. And Matt actually asked you guys the questions, but we asked 2 questions. All you have to do is answer one of those questions in the comment section, and you're entered into our digital code giveaway, and then your name is placed on this wheel right here. I spin this bad boy 2 times, and the 2 names it lands on, those 2 people get their choice of digital codes that we have available for you today. And those codes are the ones that you've seen on your screen before you. And this week, Matt asked you guys, what's your favorite Matthew Broderick movie? And he also asked you guys what your favorite 4K Blu-ray of the year was. And we got a lot of great answers. Obviously, the top answer for the favorite 4K of the year, Top Gun Maverick, won almost in a landslide. I'm not surprised. I'm pretty sure that's going to be my pick for 4K of the year. It's just too beautiful. It's one of the best 4Ks we've ever gotten. And as far as Matthew Broderick movies, I would say that the leading 2 answers were Ferris Bueller's Day Off and The Lion King. And those would be my 2 choices also. For animation, The Lion King is definitely Matthew Broderick's best movie and is one of my childhood favorites. And Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the man was born to play Ferris Bueller. I wish we would have got more roles where he played like Ferris Bueller or his role in War Games. He kind of shifted into that, like, if you've ever seen Election, he's not, you know, he's kind of plays that like uptight asshole, and that's kind of like what he leaned into in the 90s and the 2000s, and that's kind of what he became. But he was the coolest guy ever in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and it's, you know, that's just not the way his career went. But anyway, guys, enough of me rambling on. Let's spin this magic wheel and see who our 2 winners are. First wheel spin coming up. Tell him Freddie sent you that. And we're going to do our second wheel spin. And Alan, congratulations, guys. All right, congratulations. Tell him Freddie sent you, and Alan, congratulations, guys. I believe, Alan, this is your second win, and Tell him Freddie sent you, this is your first win. And Freddie comments and helps us out here on the channel, so it's awesome that he got to win. Congratulations, Freddie. But if you didn't get to win this week, I really do want to thank everyone who entered into this week's digital code giveaway. We're getting a lot of new names on that wheel, so the chances of winning are shrinking, but you still got a shot, and you have to come back to every single week's digital code giveaway. And if you come back to this Friday's video, we're going to do it all over again, so make sure you come back. I'm going to ask you 2 more questions. You answer one of those in the comment section. You come back to next Monday's video. We'll spin that bad boy again, and we'll pick 2 more winners. And next week's video is actually going to be Let's Talk Physical Media on Monday, because Christmas is Sunday, and we're actually not going to put a video out this Sunday because of Christmas. So next Monday's video is going to be Let's Talk Physical Media episode 19. At the very end of that video, we'll have our digital code giveaway. And for Freddie and Alan to claim your digital code, all you got to do is reach out to us on either Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or our email at letstalkentmt@gmail.com. Let us know which of the digital codes that you want. As long as the other winner didn't take it, that digital code is all yours. And again, guys, thank you all so much for entering into the digital code giveaway. We really do appreciate it. We hope you're enjoying all the content that we have on the channel for you. And if we don't see you till next week and you celebrate, have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and just enjoy the holidays, guys. And we'll be seeing you around.